Very good Friday morning to everybody. Happy weather extra. Not very many people happy with the weather right now. Many of you asking me this morning on social media said, where's the sunshine? And that's a great question. It's up in the sky, it's just covered by some clouds. And it's happening again this morning like it has happened so often this week. We didn't have much sunshine, a little bit Wednesday afternoon, but we're going to try hard today to move some of the clouds out. And we may squeeze out just a few peaks of sunshine in the afternoon. And whatever sun we don't have today, we have even a little bit better chance or a higher chance to have a little bit more sunshine on Saturday. In fact, the weekend doesn't really look all that bad. Maybe not the brightest 2 days, but certainly not all that wet. It's just going to stay cool like it is right now in the shoals, where it's pretty much overcast. The fog bank is just stuck. Like you can see in the shoals, you can see Wilson Dam. But if you look beyond that, if I was in the camera, I would tilt it up a little bit, but you can see some fog in the distance. And just about every camera shot we have, you can see the fog is elevated. Kind of leads to that low cloudiness, gloomy kind of feel. And then the temperature is only 40 degrees in the shoals right now, so it's kind of chilly. And it's not just the shoals, it's everybody. So what we got for temperatures? Still some 30s in there. Like it's 39 in Meridianville, 39 in Moulton, 39 in Albertville. So not only do you have the clouds, you got a very light northwesterly wind, about 5 miles an hour. It's damp outside, and you got temperatures in the 30s. It just kind of cuts right through you, right? It'd be nice if we could break through, get a little sunshine, because even if you have cool temperatures, at least if you have a little sunshine, it goes a long way to making it feel a little bit better to you. But today will be a challenge. You can see a lot of the cloud cover. The rainfall from last night, that steady rain, that's all moved mainly east. There's a draped frontal boundary right along the Gulf right now. And areas in South Bama and Florida and the Panhandle, there's going to have some steady rain tonight and tomorrow. That's not going anywhere. But if you look on that graphic right there, in fact, let me pull it up so you can see it a little bit better. See back towards like Memphis, there's some breaks in the clouds. That's what I'm kind of hoping we'll get here this afternoon and maybe give us a little sunshine. But the problem is there's just so much overcast sky, and it's hard to get through that. So even though the drizzle and the mist and the showers have come to an end, trying to get through the cloud deck may be a bit tough. Winds aren't really gusty, but just a nuisance around 5 miles an hour. It just contributes to that uncomfortable feel outside. And so in the afternoon, I just put cloudy everywhere, and I'm going to cross fingers and toes. We pop a little sunshine. The temperatures are a headline too. You know, we should still be hitting mid to upper 50s this time of year. And we're like low to mid 40s again this afternoon. We're running about 10 to 15 degrees below average. It's been the theme really since we flipped the calendar into December. And we talked about this even before Thanksgiving, that it looked like the month of December was going to start off chilly, and it certainly has. And the lack of sunshine and the periods of rainfall. And tonight's another chilly night. I don't think we'll drop back below freezing because we'll have whatever clouds may break up a bit during the late afternoon evening. It's going to fill right back in with an overcast sky. That will keep the temperatures in the mid 30s. But some areas of fog will develop once again. So when you're on air tomorrow, Saturday morning, and we're hanging out together and I'm talking about the forecast, I'm sure I'll be talking about visibility issues on Saturday morning. Don't think there's any kind of freezing fog situation, but another gloomy start to the day on Saturday. But holding out hope that we'll pop a little sunshine in the afternoon. That 20% is for like a stray shower. So I put like mainly dry. And I got 48 for the high, but if we can get into a little sunshine, we could just get downright crazy and maybe hit 50 degrees in the afternoon. It'll be close. Another chilly night Saturday night, and then on Sunday, certainly more clouds, and there'll be a very limited chance of any kind of sunshine. And our next weather maker will be a light shower event that comes in like Sunday evening and continues Sunday night. It's not heavy rain, certainly not severe weather, and it will be just rainfall. And it's just another hit of some very light, cold rain showers, which has been the theme all week. So the drizzle and fog is pretty much done. I'm going to change that 10-day before I go to air and just change it to cloudy. And then we popped a little sun for Saturday, holding out hope in the afternoon. And then the clouds come back for Sunday with a chance of showers PM, more like nighttime. Then Monday and Tuesday, they'll be a little chilly. It's going to be a little brighter both days, which will be nice. And then we spike those temperatures up on Wednesday to near 60. And that'll be preceding another cold front that comes through Wednesday night. and it could spark a few more light rain showers Wednesday night into very early Thursday morning. It'll take your temperatures and set them back a bit. So we won't be in the 50s on Thursday. We'll probably be more like mid to upper 40s. And then it looks like drier weather for the end of the week into next weekend, albeit a little cool though. There's another weak frontal boundary that comes through Friday night. It doesn't have much rainfall with it, but it does have another shot of just cooler air, reinforcing those mid 40s for the first half of next weekend before we bounce back into the 50s on that Sunday. So one thing we don't have in that forecast, though it's consistently cool, we don't have any blasts of frigid air. Some viewers that used to watch me up in Providence were sending me messages this morning, and it was like 10 degrees, and they're home at their home this morning, and that's where the Arctic air really is. It's confined to the Great Lakes and New England, whereas we just keep getting consistently cool temperatures trickling south, and it keeps us below average, but it's not that really frigid, bone-chilling stuff, but it's still cold. One thing on that 10-day forecast we don't have, too, is a big spike up in temperatures. You know, forecast models are really funky right now in the middle of December. Some of the models yesterday hinting at some really warm temperatures, like on December 17th and 18th, and then another shot of some colder air, even colder than what we have now, coming in after that. And then they backed off on it completely. Like, they just kept the temperatures more status quo without sharp drops. So we'll see how it plays out. But I mean, the next 10 days, I mean, we're looking at, it takes us almost to the middle of the month right there, the 15th on Sunday, so halfway through December, and consistently cool. And if those temperatures come to fruition that you see there on the 10-day forecast, that would mean that the first half of December would certainly be a below average temperature and probably right about where we should be for precipitation, maybe slightly below. But depends on how much rain we squeeze out like Sunday night and then whatever happens Wednesday night into Thursday morning. But very consistent temperatures. The one thing we haven't really had, though, we haven't really had one of those really bone-chilling cold nights, and that's because we've had so much cloud cover. If we were to clear the skies out at night, some of those like 32s and 29s and 28s could be a lot colder. But because we have so much cloud cover day and night, it keeps your day temperature down, but it keeps your night temperature actually up a little bit, because as I always say, the clouds act like a blanket. They keep you a little bit warmer, but warmer is a relative term when the temperatures are still dropping back into the low 30s, right? So, but that's your 10-day. I'll pull it up real quick so you can see it one more time. I'm going to take a little sip of my drink because I'm fighting a cold and losing my voice. Somebody asked me today, are we going to have a white Christmas? Odds are not in our favor in this area, but nothing screams out as any wintry precipitation in that 10-day forecast. So no real huge warmth, no real huge frigid, just consistently cool, and does not look like any wintry precipitation, at least for the next 10 days. Got some chances of light rain showers, and that's about it. So. All right, TVL, thank y'all for, I see all the eyeballs in. We appreciate that. What's going on with the schedule? I think Jada is in tonight. She's filling in for Brad, and she will be here tonight. I will be back tomorrow morning, and then Jada and I will do the flip on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. We got you covered. We'll keep the updates coming on the rainfall potential for Sunday night. Adjust any temperatures, see if we can find a little more sunshine next week. But overall pattern just is kind of status quo right now, where we just stay consistently cool for the next 10 days. I'll be on air with Peyton, TVL, coming up at 11 o'clock. I love this time of year with TVL because they have so many cool holiday-themed guests that come in. Talked about the Nutcracker yesterday, which is a fan favorite for many that go down into Huntsville and check it out. And always these like holiday-themed guests that come in and kind of puts me in the Christmas spirit watching. So we'll be on at 11 o'clock for TVL, and then a little break. And then at noon, Gina Benitez and myself will be on for the noon newscast. Updates on your news stories, fresh news stories that happened from this morning. And I'll throw in a little bit of weather at times and keep the updates coming for you on that. So everybody have a fantastic Friday afternoon. Melva, thank you for wishing me a wonderful weekend. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. I hope you have a wonderful weekend as well. And I'll be on air shortly and then back at it tomorrow, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed at 5 a.m. with Matthew and Claudia. Actually, Claudia and Aria, I do believe, because I think Matthew is off this weekend. Good for him. He deserves it. He works hard. And we'll have all the latest news and weather updates for you, of course, on Saturday and get your weekend started off right. So everybody have a fantastic day. Happy Friday. We'll see you soon.